Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss a new interview with David Arquette, who of course played the character Dewey Riley in all 5 of the Scream films. Now in this interview, David holds nothing back in how he feels about the decision by Radio Silence to have Dewey killed in Scream 5 and the impact it had on him personally. Let's go. So Cinema Blend just posted an article featuring interview comments from David Arquette and the truth about his feelings regarding the death of his iconic character, Dewey Riley, in the Scream franchise. Now, the headline reads, Scream's David Arquette recalls the moment he learned Dewey's fate in the film. And the article begins, in a surprising moment in the second half of Scream, David Arquette's Dewey Riley was murdered by Ghostface in a brutal kill that saw 2 knives being punctured through his skin. One in the front and one in the back. Man, it was a lot more than punctured. That was gutted, basically. All right, sorry, I had to throw that in there. It's not punctured. Following the big moment, which looks to solidify Dewey's exit from the franchise, Arquette has shared the moment he learned of his beloved character. Arquette has shared the moment he learned his beloved character would die. Now, here's where we're going to actually read David's comments. This is actually his quote. I haven't talked much about it. It's a very fresh wound. They had not given me a heads up. So I was like, mime's thumbing through the script. Wow, Dewey's got some good stuff to play this time. And then, oh, that's why I had to put it down. I had to walk around and kind of process it. I understood where they were coming from as far as gutting their audience. It was hard. It's been such an ongoing film series throughout my life. 25 years of my life. So it definitely cut deep. And now this portion of the article it concludes with this paragraph. Can you imagine? As the actor told Empire, when he read the script for the first time ahead, he had no idea he'd see Dewey's last moments on the page. At first, he was really impressed with Dewey's particular role in the new film, but once he got to that fateful scene, he understood the movie was planning to send off his character. All right, guys, now look, I got some things to say, all right? I just read this article, and my good buddy, Bearded Entertainment, forwarded me this article because it's Easter Sunday. I have not done any of my normal research that I do every day, where I'm scouring the net for articles and interviews to bring you guys. So I haven't done any of that, and thankfully, thank you, Eric, for sending this over to me, because I would not have seen this probably until tomorrow. So anyway, the moment I read it, I got so filled with emotion and feelings. I said, I have got to do an interview, even though it's Easter Sunday. I've got to do a video today on this to bring it to you guys as soon as possible. So let me just tell you, all right? You may agree with me. You may say I'm being too sensitive, and I'm okay with all that. That's fine. Maybe I am, but that's just who I am, okay? I got to tell you, right now, I am extremely disappointed in Radio Silence. Like, I really am. Like, seriously let down right now by these guys, because they talk all about the honoring the past and how much they idolize the OG characters and how important they are to their life and their filmmaking career, all this stuff. And I don't doubt that they mean that, but then I see this. I'm like, what are you doing? How are you not getting a hold of David Arquette and having a conversation? Just clearly out of respect, if nothing else, right? Just to be respectful to who he is in the franchise. This is not like a Judy Hicks character where she was in one film in a supporting role. Okay, I don't think you would owe her that explanation. But this is Dewey. Okay, this is David Arquette. This is a guy who is an OG, beloved by the fan base. He's often referred to, and I think it's right, as the heart of the Scream films. And you don't let this guy know? You don't show a common courtesy and respect to just say, hey, David, listen, I'm going to send you the script, but I want to give you a heads up. Here's the direction that we're going to take this, and here's why we're going to do it. And I want you to know before you read it. I don't want you to be surprised and caught off guard by this, because we owe you that. We want to show you that level of respect. And what do? They don't even do that. They don't even do that. And that is really the part to me that just rubs me the wrong way. Now, some may say, well, they don't owe him that. Like, it's not a requirement. Yeah, I agree. They don't owe him that. It's not like they broke their contract. I'm not saying that. I am talking strictly on a level of respect. It's a level of, if this is, again, this is an iconic character in the franchise. Everybody knows Dewey. Everyone loves Dewey. And if you don't love Dewey, you have a respect for his character's role. And to find out they did not have just a simple phone call even, or a Zoom meeting, just a simple text, I don't care, anything, to say, hey, heads up, man, we're not happy about doing this. We feel we have to do this. Don't want you to be shocked when you see the script. We want you to know this is coming. To me, I'm just disappointed. I'm just being completely raw and honest with you right now. It's my initial feeling. I'll probably calm down over the next few days, but right now I do. I think I find it very disrespectful, and I'm just as disappointed that they didn't do this. And because you know how much David loves to play this character. Every interview he's in, he's just gleaming, he's smiling, and you can just see the joy on his face in which he loves Dewey and being Dewey. And so, and even look at the first here. He's like, I haven't talked about it much. It's a very fresh wound. That tells you right there how important this role is to him. And it just makes me upset when he says they had not given me a heads up. And so Dewey's reading it thinking, he says, I got some good stuff to play this time, and this is great. And then all of a sudden, bam. And it affected David so much, he literally put the script down, he says. I had to put it down. I had to walk around and process this. I feel bad. I really feel bad for the guy. I think it's an awful thing. And, he says, hey, I understood where they're coming from as far as getting their audience. It was hard. It cut deep. But my thing is, it would have been less hard if you had talked to him first. Don't just send him the script and just let him read it. I just really find that in poor taste for radio silence. I do. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about it. Now, David has more to say, though. The article continues with another statement by Arquette. Here's David's comments. He says, that morning, this is talking about the day that they're going to film the death scene, okay, the hospital scene. He said, that morning, I got up, cooked myself some breakfast, and then I went to work and did the scene. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. We amped up the fight scene a little because I'm a professional wrestler. We made it a little more intense. If you have a lot of action, you're going to get banged up a little, and if you have blood on you, the longer it goes, it's just kind of sticky and uncomfortable. So you've got to get into a zen place so that you're not angry. And I was angry anyway. So I had to get into a real zen place, just breathe through and know that this will be over soon. But it was emotional. I did it, and I hopped in my car, drove home, washed all the blood off, and that was it. I packed up a few things and then hit the road. Guys, this really infected David. These comments, even how he's saying here, you got to get into this zen place. And even then, he said, I was angry anyway. He was still angry about this whole thing, about, Dewey going away. And I don't blame him. I get it. Listen, I was angry. I think most everybody was. Even though a lot of us knew it was probably coming, just because of the, kind of reading at the signs, looking at all the signs that that they were preparing us for. But I don't care. Even then, I was still wrecking the movie theater watching it. And so David was too in filming it. He was angry. It was emotional. And he said, I just had to breathe and know it's going to be over soon. I mean, he just wanted to get through it and then go home and just wash all the blood off, just basically wash it all away. And that's what happened. So guys, these are very revealing comments. And a lot of times you don't get many actors that will talk about things at this level where they'll open up like this and just basically be super transparent and just keep wearing his, putting his emotions out there on the table for us. And so I feel bad for David because, even if he'd gotten the heads up, I'm sure that day of shooting would have been no less difficult. So I know that probably would not have impacted that. But I do believe that the simple courtesy of letting David know what was going to happen beforehand. That's all. That's my biggest point of the video that I'm disappointed in personally. And you may think it's no big deal, and that's fine. I mean, it's okay if you do, but I do. I think it is a big deal. I think that's a real bit showing a real lack of respect and class. And for that, I'm very disappointed in Radio Silence and Matt and Tyler for not reaching out just for the phone call. Just take 5 minutes and just say it, so that way it's not such a shock. But anyway, guys, that's how I feel about it. I'll end it here. I wanted to give you this update. I wanted to share David's comments with you guys in case you have not seen it yet, and just let it soak in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to process it and let it soak in. However, I don't really see my view changing a whole lot on this because I do, again, not required, whatever. I understand, but it is still, it's a respect thing. That's what it is. It's really, for me, it boils down to that. So anyway, guys, now I want to know what you think, though. You've heard what I've had to say. You know my thoughts. What do you guys think about it? What do you think of David's comments and how he was not told by Radio Silence in advance that they were going to kill Dewey and instead just send him the script and let him find out on his own? Do you feel that's disrespectful or at the very least insensitive? What do you guys think? I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, ideas. So start leaving comments below now. I really want to engage with you guys on this discussion and see what you guys think. If you're on the same page with me or if you see it differently. So let's start discussing it. Well, that's going to be it for this update, guys, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.